shit.
Hightailed it out of there.
Are you crazy? Don't go between them! Go between them! Are you crazy?
Welcome to my home. Good morning. Good morning. Let me know if I have good audio today. Pretty sure. Let me double check. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good today. It looks like it's pretty good. So what it seemed like the problem was, and hopefully I fixed it. It looks pretty good on this end. Is anytime I unplug the microphone and everything, I had been unplugging it from the splitter. So I have a Macintosh. They only have an input for and one connection, a 3.5 connection for headphones, speaker, and microphone. So I had to get a splitter to make the microphone work, because if you just plug the microphone directly in, it doesn't recognize it. It thinks it's headphones. And so I had to get a splitter. And so I knew that, and I've been using it. And apparently the first time I connected it right. You got to plug everything into the splitter and then plug the splitter into the computer, and then it works. But in the move and changing things, and then getting the microphone that I always use for here and moving the mic stand out, I just unplugged it from the splitter, plugged it back in, thinking it would work. That's why I've had horrible audio. So if I have good audio now, let me know. It looks good on my end, and when I recorded on here, everything was solid. So it took me a long time to figure that out. Thanks for bearing with me. But good morning. I'm glad everybody, is going to hang out today. I hope everybody had a great holiday, and wrapping up, the New Year's. We still got New Year's to go through, and wrapping up the year. Today's going to be a Q&A. Some of the things I'm excited for. There's some things that were announced last minute, so they're on Blu-ray.com. We're going to talk about that. But grab a mug, pull up a chair, let's hang out, and first off, in tradition, talk about what I'm going to be watching sooner or later, or as soon as I can. Probably this weekend is what I'm going to try. But at the same time, I came across a few more holiday movies that didn't make my list because they got misplaced. They got put in the wrong spots. So I have some VCR tapes, and Batman Returns. Batman Returns takes place at Christmas. I love this movie, and I do watch it every holiday. So we're going to be watching that soon enough. Santa Claus the movie. I love this one. I don't know if this probably got a DVD, but I don't think this ever got a Blu-ray. Maybe it did. But I have the VHS. I love this movie. I don't think you go wrong with John Lithgow being the villain. I love him. And, oh, man, off camera here. Let's hold it over here. So, yeah, the Santa Claus the movie, I think it's a classic staple for the season. But if you haven't seen it, you have, was it Dudley Moore, right? Yeah, Dudley Moore. Dudley Moore, it plays an elf who's disgruntled. He leaves Santa's workshop. He goes to the city. He meets a toy CEO, John Lithgow, and he's going to give it the best toys. And he gives candy that makes kids fly. Yeah, it's great. I love this one. Miracle on 34th Street. Don't know how I missed this one. I think I have just the old version here. I think that's all I have. And again, I don't know if this ever got 4Ks or Blu-rays, but I've always ever had the VHS, so I should upgrade at some point. But that's in my collection. And then this one, I don't know how I missed it, because it's a staple that we watch every year, and it's the very first episode of The Simpsons. It's the Christmas special. And again, this is all I have I have this, and then I have the DVDs. I do have the DVDs. What do we got here? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. It's in Sit the Brick. Good morning, brother. Good morning. It's in everyone kind of final Saturday of 2025. Oh, for sure. For sure. I think everybody's going to do wrapping up videos. And then next week, I'm going to do my tradition, because I do it after the year, like the start of the year. It's the best and worst of movies of 2020. It would be 2025. And so I did one last year, and then top 10. So it was like my top 10 worst movies of the year. And so that'll be movies that I saw throughout 2025 and I try to stick to movies that were released in 2025, not just older movies that I finally saw eventually, just to stay relevant. But when I do the releases, like best of releases, it could be anything, like anything that I picked up, even if it wasn't released in 2025, it's something that I picked up that I think was like phenomenal. And it's almost always like, that was released in 2025, but I can bend the rules. It's my show. But yeah, we're gonna do that next week, and we're gonna do the giveaway. So I know I've been slacking on those lately. I don't know how we're gonna do it going into 2026, but I did promise everybody that anybody that won anything last year, that we would do one for December. I've been just super busy. I didn't realize how much this move was going to really take it out of me. I'm also getting over the flu, which sucked. I've never been sick at Christmas, and this just sucks. But anyway, so I'm getting over that. The last video I did was horrible to get through because I kept having to stop to cough and get a drink, and it was just rough. So I'm getting over it. So yeah, cranking out the videos coming out, and then yeah, next week we're gonna do a giveaway, 2 premium shirts. Probably the holiday ones, probably the Christmas ones. We're gonna give those away. So anybody that won anything last year or this year, you're eligible. Everybody's eligible, but we're only giving away 2 things. But other than that, I'm like I said, I'm glad everybody had is here, and then I hope everybody had a good holiday, and then coming into New Year's, I hope everybody has a great New Year Eve. But again, let me know what you're going to be watching. Those are the things I'm going to be watching. I also went to an antique mall, so that's something I got to start bringing my camera and thinking about it, because on my trip when I moved from Virginia to here, we stopped along the way at 4 different places. We stopped 4 times, took 4 days to get here. And then, I also, like, when I left Virginia, right before I left Virginia, I stopped at a place. And then as soon as I got here, I stopped at a place. So along the way, I picked up a bunch of movies, and nothing really spectacular. There was only like one thing that was like super on my radar that I think only has a DVD. And I've been looking for it for a long time. And I'm sure I could have probably overpaid for it and ordered it on eBay or whatever. But finding it in the wild was a huge win. And so that was that. I still got to like put that video together, but at the same time, there were several places we stopped at that I never thought I would pick up a movie. And so I didn't bring my camera and I didn't record anything. So I have a ton of movies from those things too. And this time around, like I picked this up, went to an antique mall, and I bought like antiques because I'm kind of fancy. I like that stuff. And in there, I found these VCR tapes. Now, this is a movie that I have seen. I love it. I don't know if there's another format, but I kind of feel that it's like stuck on DVD at least. And it's Pink Cadillac with, I got to figure out this camera here. Pink Cadillac with Clint Eastwood. So I think it's a great movie. It's something I haven't seen in a while, so I do have to revisit this. But yeah, I liked it. It's one of those ones that it came up on Siskel and Ebert's like worst movies of the year, and I always liked it. I thought it was great. So that's something I'm going to revisit. Glad to have it on VHS, but like I said, I don't know if this ever got another format. More than likely, it does have a DVD. So I picked that one up, and then here's one I've never seen, but I know I've seen the movie cover, and it's Outland with Sean Connery. So it's a sci-fi action movie from what I understand, and I'm looking forward to it. So pick those up. I'm going to be watching those, but I do have to like pretty much just bring my camera if we leave the house, because who knows where we're going to stop, and who knows if there's going to be movies. And it seems like Weird Odd Places has had some movies. So that, but yeah, good morning, everybody. And so far, 5 out of 5 audio and video. Excellent, excellent. And now, obviously, you can see the room is not 100% yet. My old Pioneer there in the move, I've had it for a while. It's been in storage. It works. I probably have to do, recap put new capacitors in there and recap it. And the lights went out. So like some of the lights work, but most of the lights are out. And so I have to replace those, and it's not difficult. It's like $30 light kit. I'm gonna switch them out to LEDs anyway. But I have that old Pioneer. That's gonna be on and running in the streams, because when I'm done, I like to listen to music, so it'll work. And then when I say listen to music, I like to listen to movie soundtracks that I have on vinyl. But other than that, yeah, I got to figure out the lighting. I got to still figure out this room. Still got to put stuff away. There's stuff all over the place. And it's frustrating. I have a bigger house, but it's all open concept. So I have less room than I ever had, and then less wall space. I have tons of stuff that just can't go on the wall, can't go. So now I have more stuff that has to go in some kind of storage or closet or the garage. And I used to have storage in Virginia because of this, and I don't want to pay for storage anymore. Like, it's too expensive, it's ridiculous, and I'm just not gonna do that anymore. So now I got to figure stuff out, and there's a lot of stuff that's like one-off things that just you're never gonna get again. And like this I got this hung up, but here, I'll take a picture of it. It's humongous. It's like 6 feet long by like 3.5 feet wide, and it's a Victoria's Secret like sign for the store. Something I always wanted when I was a kid. I always worked retail, and so like I always tried to get these, and they would always like treat me like a pervert and throw all the stuff away. And I'm like, you just throw it away anyway. So I finally got one, and it's humongous, and it's hanging up. So got that. Hold on, let's see. There we go. Whoa. So yeah, that it's like 6 feet, and it's like right here, like covers pretty much the entire wall. It's Heidi Klum from Victoria's Secret. It's like I got crazy weird stuff like that, and no place to put it. And so yeah, it's one of those things that trying to figure it all out. It's taken a lot longer than it ever has. In the past, when we moved, I've had like everything unpacked out of the box within a day or two, and then took me about a week to like figure out where everything went. And we've been here for a little while, and I don't know where things are going. I don't. And obviously the bigger answer is, or the bigger thing is somebody's going to go, just declutter, get rid of it. And yes, that's on the topic, or that's on the plate, stuff I'm going to do. But there's things that are irreplaceable. Like if I get rid of it, I'm probably never going to find it again. So like that, like Victoria's Secret thing, I'm not going to find that again. So yeah, we're not getting rid of everything. So I just got to figure out solutions, viable solutions, figure out where everything goes. Everything needs a home, and that's the goal. And then I haven't checked my P.O. box yet, so if anybody sent me anything, I will be checking that. Probably not this weekend because wife's been sick too, and she doesn't like to go anywhere. Like that's like her thing. She doesn't like to go anywhere. So check the P.O. box soon. But then somebody did send me something, because like everything that I bought, from what I understand, I either have it or it got lost in the mail. Some of the things that got lost in the mail showed up eventually, but not the Nightmare on Elm Street set, not the imprint thing that they sent me that I had to replace with my own money. Which, I mean, poor me, cry me a river, right? But so those things didn't get found. But something I ordered for my daughter for Christmas, I ended up ordering it 3 times. I ordered it, it got sent to Virginia. I tried tracking it down. I tried getting it, nothing. And then I ordered it from Amazon. It said it was sent it was in the mailbox. It said it was delivered to the mailbox. It wasn't. I got a refund on that. And then I ordered one from eBay. The eBay one came. So I ordered it 3 times. And then the one from Virginia actually showed up like Christmas Eve. The mask, I ordered that, and that got lost in the mail. It was coming here, but it got lost in the mail, and then it was like lost in Georgia. And then that showed up Christmas Eve too. So I had gotten refunded on that, and then I ordered another one, and then it showed up. So now I got 2. So now I got to do these Amazon returns, figure that out. Nothing big, nothing crazy that was lost in the mail that I really wanted has showed up yet. So there's that. But yeah, mail's a thing, and it's been frustrating. All right, let's see. What do we have? And yeah, good morning, Darren. Let's see, Darren G 4248. Good morning, brother. Good morning. The new setup is coming along. Yeah, it is coming along. And like I said, I've always had these shelves downstairs. They used to sit on either side of my television. But yeah, I just didn't have room for a lot of stuff, and they ended up coming up here. And they're heavy. They're very heavy. So I'm glad they came up here, because there's no way I would have been able to change my mind, like now. I'm like, hey, I want to put those upstairs, because I I would have struggled to find somebody to help me get these up here. So yeah, they're up here. I don't know if that's where they're staying, and if I'm going to eventually get more of these shelves and just cover it across, and then take these the brown bookshelves, and put them over here, because I have a spot over here that's a closet. This is obviously, we're not being used as a bedroom, and that spot I might be able to get a desk in there and then work out of the desk, do the whole computer live stream, the whole thing out of the closet, and then it tucks out of the way, gets it out of the way, and then that way I can get something in here to sit, to be able to watch the TV, because we've got the 36-inch CRT. This is the movie room. And then the lights. So in the past, I had LED strip lights here, but I think I'm going to do individual shelf puck lights. So then it does the uplighting thing, and then it sees it behind. And I think I'm going to do that, because obviously it doesn't look the same. It's dark in the background, but yeah, getting everything organized. But for the most part, these are all the boutique stuff. I have the Never-Ending Story, which next video I make, you'll be able to see it. The Never-Ending Story box set's up here. Leon's here. I don't know if that's staying, but pretty much the boutique stuff is on these shelves. Over here, obviously, comic books, random statue stuff, the Ghostbusters situation. And then that's the start of the drama movies, crime movies. And then in the other side of that closet, like right there next to this one, is the action movies, and the other, I think the horror movies are all in there. And then downstairs on the stairway, we have the comedy, animated films, family films, all that stuff. So I did manage to figure it all out there, but yeah, it's coming along. Santa Claus the movie got a Blu-ray for its 25th in 2010. Okay, I'll be tracking that down. Thank you. Actually, I might do now. Over Christmas, we watched Die Hard, Gremlins, Christmas Vacation, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Krampus, and Christmas Carol. Nice. Yeah, I gotta get more Christmas Carol movies in my collection. There's that one on FX that I've been wanting to watch, but it's like a 3-hour miniseries, so I might watch that like now, like pretty much after the stream. I might go down and watch that. But then yeah, those are all solid. Oh, I watched them all except for Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I actually have to pick that movie up. But let's see, before I forget, Blu-ray.com. Let me go ahead and add that. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Santa Claus movie. Santa Claus movie. Oh, yes, it did. Oh, that's a great thing. Yeah, I'll add that right now. Okay. All right. Excellent. Yeah, those are all great ones. Those are all great movies for sure. Pink Cadillac is stuck on DVD. Yeah, I mean, if I track down DVD, perfectly fine. But yeah, Pink Cadillac is one I would love to get. But again, it's like people don't like it. Siskel and Ebert said it was the worst movie ever. So is it ever going to come? Probably eventually. And hopefully, like somebody like Vinegar Syndrome puts out like a nice big chunky VSU box. I'd buy that day one for sure. I just got the 4K release of Outland this fall. Oh, so Outland has a 4K. All right, I'll be checking that out too. I've never seen it though, so I'll be glad to watch it on the VHS. And I pay like for $4. I don't think you can go wrong. Let's see, new room. Nothing's ever set up and done. There's always an adjustment, mind change, reorganization that will happen. Yeah, and that's the other thing. And like my wife mentioned it too. So this move, we've moved a lot. And in my entire life before I ever met my wife, when I was a kid, like we moved every single year. Like if the rent would go up, my mom would say we're moving. And so we moved every single year when I was a kid until like I hit high school. And then so I've moved a lot in my life, and I've never had this feeling. So this feeling here, like I feel like I'm on vacation. I feel like I'm in somebody else's house, like almost like an Airbnb. Like I don't, even though it's like my stuff, like it's mine, but like it doesn't feel like home. And I've never had that experience. And I don't know if it's like, complete new area. Like I've always lived on the East Coast, and so I don't know. I've never had that. And so now living in the mountains, I don't know if that's the actual reason, or the fact that as we moved, like we got rid of all the living room furniture, and so now we have some new furniture, and so like there's that. I don't know, but for some reason this move it doesn't feel like this is our house. It doesn't feel like home, and I know eventually it will. And it is just a matter of, and it probably is the other thing of like, I've got so much stuff on the floor right now. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate clutter, even though like I have a lot of stuff. And so like, it's not, most people tell me it's like all clutter and I'm a hoarder. And I was like, it's always on shelves. It's always nice and organized for the most part. And so, like to be like this now, that's frustrating too. So that could be it. Cause it's like, most of the house is like this. Like there's like a box here, a box there, stuff that I don't know where it's going to go, and so that's also part of it. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it is frustrating for sure. Example: I have been in my new place since October, still trying to get things figured out and organized. Oh yeah, I know it does take a long time. It really does. And good morning, John Doe Juggalo. If you love physical media, check that guy out. He's got a great channel there. Yo 80s. Looks like you're still getting settled. Hope you had a great Christmas. Yeah, I hope you had a great Christmas too, brother. But yeah, I'm still getting things settled. It's been rough, but I have good audio today, good video, and we're streaming from the movie room, so that's a big plus. And yeah, I had to get this to work. I had to go get a 50-foot Ethernet cord, and then I had to like rip up the carpet and like tuck it under the baseboard and then route it through to get it all the way in the hallway. That was the best solution to get wired internet in here without having to like spend a bunch of money drilling holes in the wall, because the connection in here doesn't work. It only worked out in the hallway, and it didn't work downstairs either. I tried to have the internet downstairs. It didn't work. Didn't work. I don't know why there's all the connections. And this is a newer build, so they build it, they put all the connections in, they don't hook them up. I won't feel like home until you get settled, like you still getting furniture, etc. It's part of the you don't feel moved in. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's like I think this is like the first time ever that I didn't feel like it was home. And then there was a spot like right before we moved back to Virginia, because we were in Rhode Island, and we had to stop in Dahlgren, Virginia. My wife had to go to a school, and I think it was like 6 months, and then we got stuck through COVID, so it got extended. I think like 8 months or longer, because we did move during COVID eventually, like towards the tail end of it. The That move, even though it was temporary and like not everything got unpacked, I still hung pictures up on the wall. I still did stuff, even though it was going to be temporary. But then there was a lot of stuff that just didn't get unpacked, and it still felt like home. And but a part of it, I guess you're right, because like as I'm thinking about it, like I had boxes in the garage unpacked. I didn't have stuff on the floor, like pictures on the floor that I gotta get hung up, that type of stuff. So yeah, it is frustrating. Let's see. Yo 80s. Oh, we already talked about that. Yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so today's just going to be a simple wrap up the end of the year Q&A, things I picked up, talk about. But I'm going to dive into a few things I am excited for that were announced, and the one thing, and I'm going to bring it up, like I'm going to probably beat it like a dead horse until the sale is final and we actually have it. But Warner Brothers was releasing more stuff on physical media, and we're probably not going to get that after the sale goes through. But Looney Tunes here. So volume 2, I know some people picked this up. I'm pretty sure Arthur picked up the first one. But yeah, Looney Tunes volume 2. Pre-order's not up yet, but it was announced. So we got that. Let's see, yeah, Collector's Vault Volume 2. It's got a bunch of stuff from the Warner Archive, and the fact that they're putting these older things on Blu-ray, I just don't think you go wrong. And this one comes out in March. So if you are a fan of this stuff, pick it up for sure. I don't know. The whole acquisition merger thing for me is very frustrating. Not a fan. All right, and we got that. And let's see, in this one here, I'm going to give this movie a chance because, the second one's out. My kid has been asking about the first one, and I don't know. I just know how she is, and she likes some musicals, but this one here, I think, is more influenced from her cousin. We went stopped at the in-laws in between the move. We were there for a little while. The other family came and showed up. We had like a mini Thanksgiving before Thanksgiving, and then her cousin said that she would like it. So then just because she said it, my daughter's all about it. But the thing is, she doesn't generally like these movies. And I have a ton of musicals, and there's not that many that she actually really gets into. So I just don't see her getting into it. So I was like, I don't know. So we're probably gonna bite the bullet and watch the first one and see how that goes. But then the second one's coming out, because then the second one was announced, then she's asked again. So not that I'm overly excited about this one, but it's something I'm probably gonna add to the collection. Let's see. There's that, and there's a 4K and a Blu-ray coming out, and what is this? A sing-along version? Oh, this is a big, giant, big, expensive set, like the first set. Okay, $229. I don't know if I need that. I'm kind of fancy sometimes. Maybe I do. Maybe I do need it. And then there's a lot of stuff that's been announced. I don't know if I need any of this stuff. Film Masters, always interested in them. I like the older movies they're putting out. Gregory Peck, Susan Howard, Ava Gardner. This is a movie I would watch in a heartbeat. I've never seen it though. The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Yeah, I would definitely pick that one up for sure. 1952 comes out in March. So yeah, that's something that's on my radar. And again, I know it's not for everybody. Those older films just don't hit everybody. But this one here, what is this? Faster Pussycat Kill Kill Blu-ray from 1965. What is this? So this one comes out from RM Films International, and it comes out in April. So this is another one, black and white movie. It was on my radar, but I don't know if I needed it. But I do think the movie poster is fantastic. There's a bunch of ladies on the cover and sitting on cars. I don't think you can go wrong there at all. So based on the movie poster alone, an old black and white film, this one's right up my alley. I don't know if I need it day one at $40, but it's a Russ Meyer film. And I've actually I've been familiar with Russ Meyer, but I've never seen any of his movies. So this might be my first Russ Meyer film. And again, the black and white movie and the movie poster sold me 100%. I don't even need to know what it's about, but it says 3 strippers holding a young girl hostage. All right, I'm sold. I am sold. I'm sold. I will watch that. And then this one, I don't know, for some reason, I think I need it. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, Jess Franco's another one. I've not watched any of the Jess Franco films, and it's like the same. It's like sex and boobs and all that stuff from the 70s. I love 70s cinema. Vampires are in, but it's Vampiros Lesbos. I need this movie. I didn't think I did, but I think I do. I don't really need it, but I think I'm going to pick it up. And so that's it. There's been nothing really here that's been on my forefront of my radar that I needed. This I did notice the other day. I was kind of stoked about this. More Hammer films. This one here, pretty sure it's a sci-fi film. First look at new 4K restoration of Spaceways. It's coming in a big chunky box set, an old black and white film. Love the artwork on here. And again, more Hammer films I think should be re-released. So I'm stoked about this. And I'm glad that they're getting these boutique treatment. Like they're getting a nice treatment there for collectors. And I get it. Some people just want the movie. Go right ahead. But I like the big chunky box set stuff. Other than that, this one here I've talked about it before. I'm not excited about this, but there's a cult following of this film. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't need to watch it ever again. Interesting movie cover, Dogtooth, 4K restoration. There's going to be a ton of people that want to grab this, but yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. Watching it once was enough. And then this one. This is one that I'm super stoked about. The Laurel and Hardy Restored Features Volume 1 from Classic Flicks. I love, I've at least got one title from Classic Flicks, and I think it's a really underrated comedy from like the 50s or 60s. And so, yeah, I'm probably going to try to check out more Classic Flicks titles going into 2026. That and trying to get more of the out of print stuff that I don't have in my collection that I'd like to add, and then taking a gamble on things that I don't think are probably going to get a Blu-ray or a 4K upgrade anytime soon. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to go that route, but at the same time, I'm not gonna go crazy and spend, $200 on one movie, unless it's like a holy grail title, like a Leon big collector thing that I'm missing out of my collection for that. But other than that, yeah, like just a standard release with an Echo case. I got to keep it like the $40 range. Like, so it's overpriced, but not like crazy overpriced. I think that's kind of my goal, because I have this room, I have a lot of stuff, I have more movies than I can watch in a year. And so like always adding new stuff is great, because there's hundreds of thousands of movies out there, and I've only seen a very small fraction of them. And so it is great to see new movies, but at the same time, I only have so much room. So I'd like to upgrade things and get some cooler stuff. And I was told last night. So if you don't know, I was told last night. I didn't know, and I wouldn't have known today. But Mortal Kombat's coming out. So we're getting. And I don't remember what TJ said Mortal Kombat was coming from. Oh, wrong one. Arrow Video's putting out Mortal Kombat. That's going to be an easy pickup for me. Huge fan. I actually picked up a lot of Arrow Video titles this season, and big fan. Like, obviously, I love Arrow Video. For me, they've knocked it out of the park. I haven't had any issues with them except for the cell, but everybody knows that one scene in the cell's messed up on just one of the discs anyway. But other than that, yeah, big fan of Arrow Video. Haven't had any issues with the releases. I think they're fantastic. I think they knock it out of the park every time. And the only thing I would even just note is, if you're buying Arrow Video, and I don't know if it's just something they do because it's a British company, but you have to go into the settings. Like, if you have the big surround sound, and because I've had people complain about stuff, I'm like, oh, this is great Atmos, or this is great surround sound, and then they're like, I didn't think so. But in most of the movies that I buy, 4K in America, the whatever highest setting that's available, if it has Atmos, it has DTSS 7.1, whatever it has, and then if that's the highest thing, it automatically just play. You pop it in, you play. You don't have to go into the settings and change it. But all of the Arrow Videos, like whatever the best setting is not the first thing highlighted. So like, it just Turtles the other day when I did the Turtles 4K, whatever it was on that first one, I don't know if it was Atmos or what it was, but I had to turn it on because it wasn't available. Like, it wasn't clicked automatically. So that's something to note. But it's not frustrating. It's not a big deal, but it is something that anytime I'm like, oh, this is great surround sound, I do have people push back a little bit, but I'm like, just change your settings, because like, it's not automatic on Arrow. Let's see. What do we got? That's it. Yeah, so these are some of the things that I'm excited for. And then this is a huge one. It's been on my radar for a very long time. And then I was able to catch it. I don't know if this was on Tubi at some point. I caught part of it, but not the whole thing. So this is a River Phoenix movie, Jimmy Reardon, A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. And good friend of the channel, Your Name Here. I don't know his real name actually, but that's the tag. That's his online tag that he goes with is Your Name Here. He's always recommending like amazing films, and like things that some stuff has been on my radar, but some stuff is just out of left field. I didn't know it existed. And this is one of them. Like, he's recommended to me like several times. So it's been on my radar for a very long time. This is going to be a day one purchase for me. Super stoked about this one. Like I said, I saw it streaming somewhere, and then like I didn't finish watching it, but from what I saw, I thought it was great. And so this one here comes out from Kino Lorber in February. So yeah, this is easy going to be a day one pickup. It's coming with new audio commentary by film historians Paul Anthony Nielsen and Perry Cummings. Theatrical trailer, optical English. Yeah, same stuff. But I can't expect any more out of Kino Lorber. The price point is a little bit lower. You get basic stuff. I'm fine with it. And this is going to be an easy pickup for me. So there's that one. And then maybe I did know, but for some reason I was reading this morning, and apparently Severin does the Criterion Closet. They do the Severin cellar. And so they do that. And so Joe Dante went to the Severin cellar and picked out some of his favorites. And apparently these were it. I love Joe Dante. I respect him as a filmmaker very much. And so I would happily check out any of these films. But this is the one that I was like super interested in. It's Cushing Curiosities. from 1960 to 1974, 6 movies, and it was released back in December of 2023. So it's something I knew about, but I just kind of, I forgot about it. So it's like one of those things. There's so much stuff getting released, tons of stuff I'm interested in, but the budget only goes so far, and then something else is coming out next month. New budget, new movies, and so it's something I've forgotten about, and that is also my biggest frustration with. One, if I don't pre-order it, which I stopped pre-ordering most things. There's a few things that if I'm super afraid it's going to sell out, I'm going to, because the whole not Demolition Man, Conan thing. I struggled to get those, and then I overpaid for the one a little bit, so I don't want to do that anymore. So no more pre-orders, but a few things like Nightmare on Elm Street pre-ordered, and I don't have it, so that's also a loss. But this one here, I didn't pre-order it. I forgot about it, and I might want to pick it up now. So yeah, solid 6 set of movies for $80. I don't think you go wrong there. Because I paid a little bit more than that for the Luc Besson 9-volume box set, and that comes in an awesome box set. And I haven't gotten through all of those films yet either, but it's something I picked up either at the very tail end of November or December. But I'm going to include it in my December everything I picked up video, and it's a massive box set. And that was, I think, like on sale for like $170. So $80 for 6 movies. I don't think you go wrong. We have. Good morning, Arthur. Morning, all, and happy holidays. Good morning, brother. Hope you had a great holiday, and obviously, New Year's is coming. Have that. But yeah, good morning, brother. Oh, and then now that I have like a lot of the, not all of them, but a lot of the fourth wall members and the regular channel members, there's a mix of you guys in here now. I do know I have to knock out some live streams. So we're doing that on the fourth wall membership, because it doesn't let me do live streams. I've done in the past this Zoom call, and I know when I mentioned I was going to do it, some of the guys were super stoked about it, but only one guy only ever is able to show up, and so I don't know if it's bad timing or whatever, but I'm going to put it out. I'm going to put a message on fourth wall and do that. But if you want to do that, I don't know, some people might, not want to do it as a group and everybody just kind of hanging out, or maybe it's just more of a one-on-one. But I'm going to give some options, and then I want you to let me know what's best, because as everyone's like, yeah, that's great, that sounds awesome. And then when I did the first time, some people even hit me back with, they were disappointed because they were already preoccupied for the weekend because they had plans that they couldn't break, and there's that. And so, but then I was just like, oh. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know what obviously I don't know what everybody's life entails. And so if I'm just like, hey, I'm going to go live now, if you show up, you show up, I guess. That's my thing. So yeah, I'm going to do that soon. I'm going to do the fourth wall Zoom call. And if you guys want to do it one-on-one, let me know, and I'll set up different times and do that. Or if get together as a group, it's also fine. But then the YouTube channel member here, that live stream, probably knock it out, probably next week sometime. So I don't know what the best time is to knock that out, but I'll have to put that out too. So yeah, I'm going to knock both those out this week, or this coming week, obviously. Got that. And yeah, so yeah, the Peter Cushing one is high on my radar. This one here too, I like the movie poster on it. So don't think you go wrong. The Ghost with Barbara Steele. Yeah, I think I need to check that one out as well. But I would not be surprised if I try to watch all the films on this Dante list. Yeah, Christopher Lee, you can't go wrong with this either. The Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee collection. And so how many films is that? Let's see. Castle, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films. 6 films too, for $88. Yeah, again, I don't think you go wrong. I love Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. You can't go wrong with solid films. And then this one here, is that Dick Miller on the cover? No, it's not Dick Miller. A Bay of Blood. Oh, it's a Mario Bava film. I might check it out. I've never seen any of the Mario Bava stuff, and so when that everyone was super stoked about that Bava collection, passed on it. I hadn't watched any of his films, but like Torso, like that's one that gets recommended to me all the time. So if it's similar to it, I might, it might be for me. And this one, Dementia 13, I think that's a fantastic film. I own that. So yeah, if it's all in that same vein, I might check those out. Yeah, so A Bay of Blood. Joe Dante recommended it, so I think I'll have to watch it now. And then, yeah, I think that was it for the things that were announced that I was super stoked about. There's a lot of things on here, but nothing that really stands out to me that I need to watch. There's that. But like I said, oh man, oh, let's see what do we got. Let's close this out. Check this out real quick. See if there's anything announced on Twitter that I missed. Oh, there's something. So every year, every year, did I freeze? On my end, this time the computer was like lagging and freezing, which I never see that. Let's see. Let me close that. I have a stream. Let's see. Doing discs. So every single year that it gets mentioned, I've never seen a Muppet Christmas Carol, and I like the Christmas Carol story, but I just never seen it. The movie came out in '92. I was like 10. I was too cool for school. I was too old for the Muppets. None of my kids like the Muppets. So yeah, it's like no, they don't like puppets, and so I just something I've never watched, but it gets highly recommended all the time. Some people's favorite movies, and then my friend in Australia, Eric, he just watched it for the first time this year and said he loved it. And then he told me Michael Caine's in it and that he plays it like the puppets aren't puppets, they're actual people. Like he plays it really well. And so I was like, all right, I'm sold. I like Michael Caine. I'll check it out. So I watched that yesterday morning. And then, yeah, I like it. I'm probably going to be picking that up sooner than later. So, yeah, anytime you guys recommend movies, I do try to check them out. It's just the amount of recommendations I get all the time and then finding those films is usually not that easy. Let's see. When did that work? Let's see. I don't know. The search on Twitter is not working. John. I don't know. Also, my I lagged on this side. I guess I don't know if I'm lagging on your guys' side, but let's see, my computer's the fan's starting to run fast and everything, so I probably got to delete all the videos and stuff because like I don't know why it does it, but I found out I'm like, why is my computer always full? Every time I make one of these videos and then I do the editing here and then I delete that, I think it's deleted. It's actually not. It's like stored in some other like document folder and then I got to go delete that later. And then every single time my computer starts to run slow, that's the actual issue. And like I'm hearing the fan is like spinning up like crazy right now. And then I've seen myself here on this side stutter a little bit. And so there's that. And then I'm trying to like search for this on Twitter and it's like not working at all. So, oh man, I'll do it on my phone. My phone will work fast. Let's see. X. All right, Dawn of the Discs. All right, let's see. Dawn of the Discs. What do they announce? Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. Coming to 4K UHD from Lionsgate. I mean, it's a different poster, so I mean, it's cool to have different artwork there. And then we knew about the Red Sonja thing. I mentioned it last week. I'm probably going to pick that up. Arrow Video. Salem's Lot. Yeah, all that stuff. Ilsa. Oh, Ilsa, the Tigress of Siberia. That's something I actually have on pre-order. Everyone told me these Ilsa films are great. sexploitation, fun, raunchy crap. And so I was like, yeah, I need more of that stuff. So yeah, the Ilsa Tiger. I didn't get all the other Ilsa films, but this one here, I was like, I got to see what I'm missing. So Ilsa Tigress of Siberia is on pre-order. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, yeah, it's on pre-order and it comes out in February. Let's see. So with that, I'll probably do in the haul video, do like a mini review thing. I don't think I need to like do an entire review on that one, but those videos get mentioned every time. Oh yeah, and this Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, I want that. Apparently the Gilmore Girls is getting an entire box set. Warner Brothers. So again, like I've said, like Warner Brothers, I mean, I don't need Gilmore Girls in my life, but just the fact that it's being put out on Blu-ray. They're doing a great job at that stuff. It's frustrating that it's being sold. Let's see, what is this? The Housemaid with Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brandon Skalnar. I've never even seen this one. Coming soon from Lionsgate, based on the international best-selling book. So I might need to check that out. And the Anaconda, coming soon. Anaconda 2025 4K from Sony. Let's see. So it's coming soon. Here's the image of the, looks like the British release, and everything's to be determined and not taken care of yet. But Paul Rudd, Jack Black, and comedy of a reboot of Anaconda, of them making a reboot. Yeah, I think the way that they handled this, I'm in. So that's coming soon. That's something I want to add. It's also getting a steelbook. Oh, so yeah, it's coming from Sony. And then it's getting a steelbook. If you're a steelbook collector, it's pretty solid. You open it up, the snake's on the inside. I don't think you can go wrong there, but no date on that. Other than that, I think that's all I was like super stoked about. I think that's it. I think that's all I needed. But yeah, so yeah, the rest of the, oh yeah, and then Mortal Kombat. Showed Mortal Kombat, but then I lost it. Anyway, yeah, today the whole point today was a Q&A. So I'm going to open that up. You guys want Q&A? If not, I'll wrap it up and I'll just watch movies the rest of the day. But yeah, we're going to do that end of the year wrap up Q&A. I bought a lot of stuff for December, so I do have a big haul video coming. I got to figure that out, and then probably today I got to go drop some stuff off at the Amazon drop off, like some returns. So I got to do that. Because like I said, after I got refunded on the stuff that was missing in the mail, I got it. Like I got the mask, I got my kid's video game. There was like one other thing. Oh, Chaos Walking. So I picked up Chaos Walking. It was a sci-fi movie with I think Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland, and I wanted to check it out. I thought it was a fair price. It was like $10. And then I bought it. It was supposed to get the 4K, and then the DVD showed up. So they sent the wrong thing. And so I'm sending that back because then I did a Hamilton book order. Hamilton Book had it for $5 or $5 or maybe seven, but cheaper than the Amazon one. So I picked that up. I don't know if it's good or not. I just picked it up. And so I put it in a Hamilton book order too. So I got that coming. It was a small one, not like my normal like 50 something Hamilton book order. But I think, here it is. Here it is. How many are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 Hamilton book order, so it wasn't crazy. But I always like to order more because it's $4 shipping no matter what. And so if I order one, $4, I order 50, they're $4. It makes sense. Let's see, what do we got? And your setup is coming along. Yeah, it is coming along. I still got a long way to go. I got to replace the lights in that receiver. I got to get lights for the shelves, figure out where everything has to go, and where everything can go. The best place, because I separate from movies, I collect a lot of things, and over the years, I used to work at a retail store. We sold Oakley sunglasses. I'm a big fan of Oakley sunglasses, especially the fact that I have to wear glasses. I'd rather have, I have like something that I'm like, oh, I don't have great vision. I need sunglasses. So I have I have that store display, and then I have a really tall, it's probably about that wide, but really tall store display, and I have, quite a few sunglasses, and they're not really the regular boring plain ones. There's always like a special edition. Like you probably can't see it because it's not lit up. There's a special edition there, and it's got an eyeball on. It's funky. It's crazy. So I like that stuff. That's really the best place for it, but in the house. But it's not. It's not where I want to keep it. This is the movie room. Like I don't need the Oakley, display there, and there's that. So I need to like the rest of the movie related stuff should be in here. And so there's that. Yeah, I still got a long way to go. But then figuring out how to light these shelves because I'm going to do it differently than I did before. And then my original plans for this room, I was going to paint the walls black to give that thing, and then I was going to hang the projector screen on one of these walls so I can pull the screen down and we can watch movies in here. And then it didn't work out because I had to get more stuff in here than I ever did because the original house we were supposed to get had a whole like second living room downstairs that would have been the movie room, and it would have been dedicated for that stuff. And so then we didn't get that, and so I was trying to figure out everything. So the original plans for this room didn't work out. I had a yellow sofa. I bought the yellow sofa. It's downstairs. Wife hates it, so that's not staying in the living room. We're going to get a different sofa for the living room. But it was going to come in here where I was going to have a yellow sofa in here because I love yellow, and then the black walls, it would have worked with the stuff. I got pictures, things to hang. I got original movie posters. I have this giant movie poster. Earlier in the stream, I showed off this giant sign that I have. But then I have this giant movie poster from like the Cannes Film Festival, and it's huge. But it's also European sizes. So like I think the quote to get it framed was like $1,000. And so I'm like, so that's sitting down. The goal was to have like something like that, like something epic framed on the wall behind me. But if I did that, then I wouldn't have room for the movies. And so it's frustrating. So then, more stuff is in closets than I wanted to be and stored away for when we move from this place in 4 years. Eventually I'll be able to hang it up. There's that. Let's see. John Doe says, I like Chaos Walking. Yeah, I was like, I saw the trailer. I thought it was fine. Nobody ever talks about it. So I don't know if it's a good movie or not. And then I tried watching it. It was late. It was really late. It was like around the holidays. It was like the day I got sick, the day I got the flu. So I'm sitting there and I'm feeling crappy. And my kid was still up and she was up. We were watching it. And then it was just late. I maybe a few minutes into it, I got the kind of the gist. And I was like, but then at the same time, nobody ever talks about it. And it was like super sale, super crazy, cheap price for a 4K. And so I was like, maybe it's not that good, but I don't know. It's a sci-fi film. I don't get into a ton of sci-fi films. It's actually one of my smallest, other than Westerns, it's probably one of my smallest sections of film, genres of film. And for that, I included my fantasy. So fantasy and sci-fi are together on the shelf because it worked out better that way. And I just remember like that's how sometimes it would be organized in the video rental store. So like sci-fi and fantasy would kind of either be in the same section or really close together, and because it kind of works. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. So I kind of just want that Arrow announcement of Mortal Kombat to be a 2-film set like Titans or Conan. Just give us Annihilation as a pack-in. Yeah, maybe it's not coming. I would accept it. I was like, when that came out probably at the perfect time for me because I know it's not a great film, but at the same time for me it's a great film, and it's because it came out at the perfect time for me. Like I remember when that came out. I had played the games, and so like I was like super into them, and then they were violent. They were like things that parents didn't like. It was just great, and it was the best fighting game. Like if people, there's like two camps. Like people like Street Fighter, people like Mortal Kombat, but I liked Mortal Kombat, and I was like super obsessed with it when I was a kid. And then when that movie came out, and then they were showing like all the CGI and all the stuff, I just couldn't like. I was like super glued to the TV anytime they would talk about it. And there was like this like special they did. And it was way before the internet was super popular and people had it in their homes. And like I remember watching it on TV, and it was this whole like maybe 20-minute, 30-minute like thing about, it's basically a big giant commercial. So you go see the movie, and it was like showing how they did some of the CGI and some of the fighting, and they were introducing you to the characters, and it was like this background stuff, like stuff you'd find now on the DVD or on the Blu-ray. But back then, everybody had VHS tapes, and so very rarely do those special features get included on a VHS tape. But to find it on TV, the TV spots, those were great. And so even if they included that stuff, I think that'd be cool. Because I don't think I've seen it since the 90s. But yeah, I watched that as much as I could. I think it was on, like, I think they played it back to back. And so I think I watched it twice. I saw it in theaters. I loved it. And then Annihilation. When Annihilation came out, I thought it was fine, but I think it came out like right at that change when they started selling DVDs. And so I think like it was like, sorry. But I think it was that change when they started selling DVDs too, and so it was included, or the trailer would say, get it on VHS or get it on home video and DVD. That's what they used to say. And so I think I picked it up, and I don't think I liked it. Like I think it was fine. Like it was enjoyable. It was a good watch, but I think it was like a one and done. And at the same time, like at that time, I was young and I didn't have a ton of money, but I was spending all my extra money on DVDs. And so there was that where I loved the first one, and I was a couple years older, and then I spent my own money on it. I think it was like $30 or $25 or in that range easily for a DVD. And I would buy it now. I would totally buy it now. But at the time I was like I'm like, I like the first one better. But then I always wanted a third one. I know they were talking about making a third one way back then, and then it just kind of didn't happen. Yeah. See, if they do a double pack, they kind of hit the middle, both 30 anniversaries. Yeah. That would be solid for sure. Yeah, I mean, I would buy it. I was stoked with the Turtles release, and like I have that. I actually have both. Hold on. Oh God, I have the Blu-ray and the 4K sets. So I love these special features. The fact that we got all three of them, and in the box set, and then the special features that were included. The fact that they included stuff. Pardon me. Stuff that was in the UK. So the UK versions were different for certain reasons. I don't remember why there was a different version for the first one, because I didn't watch that commentary yet. But the second one, right, the second one had a different opening for the UK, and it was because, and they even tell you like before you click it why. But basically in the UK, they didn't want to see any of the nunchucks like being used. And so they cut out Michelangelo's scene, or they changed the dancing in the beginning, playing with weapons. But all the other characters were using their weapons in that opening scene. They only cut out the thing. So I was like, my only thought was maybe someone's mindset was, because they can't have guns, they can't have weapons. Like I know when I visited the UK in the Navy, like we were told 100% like leave your pocket knives on the ship, like don't take pocket knives out there, because like they treat like pocket knives like like you're a criminal, and so it's like illegal to have knives and stuff. So I was just like, oh wow. So maybe it was like kids can then make nunchucks but they can't make a sword, like that mindset. And so like to not show them being used, I guess, I don't know. But I know that I've talked to some UK people, some people from England, and they have all said the turtles were a phenomenon over there as well. And so yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine at some point if you wanted to have nunchucks, you'd probably make them. Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah. Give me a double. Give me a. I mean, obviously it costs them more money, but and I think what they sell these for is, I think it's a fair price. But yeah, I was shocked about the Turtles thing. So if they did a 2-pack of the Mortal Kombat, probably I'd probably pick it up for sure. Because I'm picking up the first one anyway. yeah, there's that. I think that's pretty much it. So I did open up today to a Q&A, but normally somebody's in here always asking questions, but nobody's really doing that today. But anyway, yeah, I'll wrap this up if we're not going to do the Q&A, and then like I said, next Saturday we'll do the giveaway because I'm behind. I'm behind on everything, so we'll do giveaway. 2 premium shirts. They're going to be the Die Hard Christmas shirts for sure. We're going to give those away, and anybody that won anything this year, open up that. The Fourth Wall store, the memberships are up. New merch in the store. Not a ton new merch, but some new merch is up in the store, and the memberships are there. We are doing the membership live streams next week. There's that. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, and then if anybody did order anything over the past couple months, like I said, I've been super busy, and I normally send out like thank you videos. When you buy something, I don't send out when I give away something, but when you buy something, I send those thank you giveaways. So I'm also slacking on those. So thank you if you bought anything. I know we've had a few things sold through the holiday season, but other than that, and I know the Die Hard shirt sold out, so I made a new one. So if you guys want to grab those. But yeah, with that, I think I'm going to probably wrap it up here. I said, watch these movies, sit on the couch, and finish getting over this holiday flu, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so we're going to do the stuff next week, the giveaways, that. Oh, yeah, so the next week's plan is the best and worst of 2025. And then that's it. That's how we kick off every January. And it's been a tradition. I started it last year, so not a super long tradition, but we're going to continue that. And then going into, so this was basically season 1. We did 64 episodes because I started doing these live streams in the fall of 2024. But then this year we're going to call it season 2. So I'm going to do, because I know there's a podcast and people like to watch that later. People, I guess, binge watch these episodes on maybe, I guess, if you're driving or whatever. But I noticed that they get binged in a row. So, I'm going to make it easy for everybody. I'm going to do season 2, starting off season 2, do the podcast and keep it cohesive. But we're going to continue to count. So next week still will be 65. But with that, we're going to watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, and Happy New Year.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh, don't give me a pat. That's fine.